Coming up, we'll see Xavier Legette. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Panthers and the Vikings. All that
What
and more.
better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've gotten a pretty good picture of who both of these teams...
That thing right there. Dang, it's only $11.
Welcome to the show.
Literally like the size of a lighter. That's a phone. Put service on it, send text messages, make phone calls. I had one of them in my ass for a minute. It's okay.
Decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion of Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
All J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there's something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it is him, how much of it the people around him. It's important just to ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about enough, Kate. Do you guys in the huddle want to...
Oh, he loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, this one's certainly off to an exciting start, partner. Hopefully this is the type of energy we're going to see the whole way today.
Defensive coaches, Kate, love to say, steal a possession, find a way to steal a possession. Well, they stole it on the very first play, and now put their offense in the driver's seat.
So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led up on the first play of pick in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
You really do love these moments as a quarterback, bouncing on that field, energized by what your defense just did, giving you a gift at the turnover and some really optimal field position. Wouldn't it be rude, Kate, of them not to accept that gift and put an early lead up to really crush their opponent's spirit?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go. Ready?
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. It's Pacheco again. Room to the right. And he's finally brought down at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They put a receiver in motion right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Complete to Xavier Legette. It's a loss of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 13-yard line.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13.
Ready.
Looking to throw, Young. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Set, ready. Red, yellow. Slide through. Ready.
Young to throw it. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. The kick by Shudak is good, and that will get them on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Tucker now on the return. And look at this return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Vikings and their running back about to get back to work. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Oh, they got that one back, partner, but that is way too close for comfort. They nearly lost their 2nd fumble to begin this game.
And you know what I'm picturing right now? This defense. They spend the week studying these offensive guys, and those that are...
His first throw is an interception. And the Panthers, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number 1, and number 2, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
On the option, they give it to Pacheco. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain. It's stuffed down at the 3. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Check steal. Steal. Check steal. Check.
2nd down run by Pacheco. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Panthers parlay the interception into points. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Cam Little to try the extra points. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers go up 10-zip here in the first. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. He fields it from the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And Brock, they are not up to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Another carry for him. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
McCarthy throwing on third down. Into traffic, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. It's a 10-0 ball game. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They have second and pretty long here. Right up the gut. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. Little nod, little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Back-to-back carries here. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Panthers are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. They come in riding an 8-game winning streak, one of the longest in the league all season, partner. And they're in control of what could be win number 9. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Hut, hut. Ready.
A counter give here to Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Young throwing here. Has his man. It's Pacheco. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Let's go. Hut.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. He puts some air under it. Deep down the middle it goes. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. One of the tight ends in motion left. A second down throw for Young. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action now. Young. Throwing it deep off his back foot. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now they face second down.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We got 2nd and 15. Now it's Young. He's trying to go deep again. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Okay, ready?
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go.
Rush coming for Young. Hauled in left side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Ready. 6, Madden. Green down.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. He's on the move. He's gonna keep it this time. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now we're gonna get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's gonna be on third down.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Third and just 2 to go.
Set, ready. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Flush down now to his left. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. To the air on first down. Young. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Come on, set. Drill green. Blue striker. Ready.
Working inside the red zone. He's got it! And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Offense working quickly.
Brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. One last play before the break.
Blaster, six. Right, white. Claws red. Cut.
Throwing it just before halftime. Escapes out to the left. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. So we reached halftime in Charlotte. The hometown fans feeling good. Their Panthers have the lead. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Well, the teams are ready. The fans are ready. Let's give the people what they came here for. We'll jump past halftime and get right back to the game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the third. They're out and set, first and 10.
Here we go, set. Cut.
A give to Pacheco to start the drive. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Let's go now. Black shot. Set, cut.
Out of the gun, Young. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Young on first and 10. Gets everything he has under this throw. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Let's go.
On second and 10, Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Finds him on the crossing route. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. On the draw, it's Pacheco. Juke the defender. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers take a 3-possession lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Tucker now on the return. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. Addison going in motion right. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And that makes it 3rd down. Now it's McCarthy. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. The Panthers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Breaks through, and he might break away. The 50. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Panthers make it a 24-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Vikings now set to take the field. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action now, McCarthy. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down. McCarthy with a blitz coming. Hutchinson reels it in. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
The handoff on 3rd and short. Flies past the 1st, inside the 30. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
On my play sheet, Kate, I've got draws and screens in the same area. Those are the areas you want to attack a defense when they're getting too far upfield. That defense got upfield, and that draw did the rest.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their size. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Vikings have it to start the 4th, and given that score, they're going to need points every time out from here on. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll motion Jefferson left. McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down.
Plays like that are called twofers. It's why coaches live 2 years for one. All the planning, great play call, careful execution led to that, and it was still dropped to the turf. Touchdown lost.
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
First down carry for Pacheco. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Here we go. Ready?
Back to Pacheco here on second. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Ready. Ready.
Young on the play action. That's going to be caught by Mingo. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Broke through the tackle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. They're going play action. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. They are now set for 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Hut.
They're running the option, short side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
On the double. Here we go, set. Set, hut. Hut, hut.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. He's going to keep this one. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Panthers getting ready to celebrate a 9-0 start. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1.
Hut, hut.
Going power with a big tight end. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Panthers continue piling it on here in the 4th. Well, Brock, not sure the play they were running was all that disguised, but with the personnel they had out there, it was going to be tough to stop him either way.
Yeah, there's a great debate. Is it the X's and O's or the Jimmies and Joes?
Yep.
No debate there. That was the Jimmies and the Joes in their want-to run it right down their throat.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers continue piling on to this lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Tucker now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Vikings and their QB, J.J. McCarthy, returning to the field on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Completed to Flowers. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now they have 3rd and short. Back to the air, McCarthy. This is hauled in by Atwell. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings putting up points in a game decided. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the Panthers secure that kick. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it. Even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Down. Ready, ready.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Woo, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Caught near the goal line. He has the Carolina touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers grow their lead yet again. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vikings offense back to the field now. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
He just throws this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's McCarthy to throw. Wow, wide open here. Complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. So the Panthers guard the vault and get the win at home. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Charlotte.
It's week 10 of the National Football League, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Panthers and the Jets, and it comes your way next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams in this one going in the right direction. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, both these squads come in off winning streaks. Something's going to have to give, but you love having that momentum coming into a game like this.
And absolutely right, Mike. And on top of it, if you're the home team today playing in front of your home crowd, not only are you coming off this win streak and bringing this momentum into another home game, but you get the energy, you get the excitement of your crowd who's also riding this wave of winning football. But on the other sideline, you've got a hungry, hot road team that's looking in saying, all right, if you don't take us serious today, we're going to try to extend our winning streak of our own and get back onto this plane and go home with another win under our belt.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Young. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today.
Still 3rd down.
The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Now Young. He'll look deep, left sideline. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. Perhaps he didn't get all of it. Their catch is taken right around midfield. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end. And the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it'll be 2nd down. On the give, it's Hall. Yeah! Hall, a 1st down and more. And it will finally be taken down at the Jets' 17-yard line. A big-time run there by Hall. It's a gain of 34. In the red zone now. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Panthers have it. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter. Quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite him right here.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
What really stood out about that last play is the job the quarterback did keeping his eyes downfield despite the pocket collapsing around him. He was able to shake off that first guy, but by the time he did, allowed the rest of that rush to get home, and they were able to clean things up.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go. Set. Cut.
A run. It's Pacheco. And he'll take this down to the 28-yard line. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Second down and 8.
Fight. 97. Set. Cut.
From the gun, it's Young.
Welcome to the show.
What a throw! Touchdown, Carolina. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us. As this game unfolds, they get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jets offense ready for their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Throwing now from the gun. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a first and 10. That's over the middle to his tight end Sanders. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the first quarter.
He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Let's go.
On second down, Pacheco. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down. They'll run the draw with Pacheco. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. One quarter in the books. The Panthers off to the early advantage. And will return to Charlotte in a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Young. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, has been the case this entire 1st half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
He'll look to throw. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. A hit, and he has lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. Well, the pressure was on there, and they do get him for the sack. Almost got a turnover out of it as well, Greg. Fortunate to keep possession.
Really fortunate, Mike. That ball ended up kind of bouncing back into a spot where the quarterback was able to fall on it, but you mentioned it. That play was very close to being a complete disaster for the offense.
The Panthers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Now here's a keeper on the zone read.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete. 3rd and long.
Here we go. Ready.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. And here comes 4th down.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this 1st down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the 1st down marker, sets up 4th down.
They'll try it now with Pacheco. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down. He's brought down after a gain of 7 on 4th and 2. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more from Charlotte after this. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. He'll let this go deep for the end zone.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
A 2nd down throw for Young. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Jonathan Mingo, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the 2nd look, and indeed this call will be overturned. Young to throw on 1st down. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass breakup.
Here we go, set.
Here's the toss. And now. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. The Panthers will take their 1st timeout. And a little chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. To throw is Young. He's going to keep, and he will get into the end zone. Bryce Young, touchdown, Panthers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. A safe kick at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Right away, he fumbled the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They send him right out of the slot. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And Now they find themselves in a critical third down here. Or
Yeah,
facing a free
cops can eat shit and die.
Reese Hall. He's to the 40. To the 20.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
And they're not going to run him
Let
down.
me
He
do
goes
what
all
everyone
the way.
thinks I'm gonna do.
84 yards.
Flip out, man.
Touchdown, New York.
All I want to know is
Good looking
Who's
rushing
coming?
touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That
Who's
back
coming?
taking off to the end
Who's
zone
coming
for
with
the
me?
touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get
coming
in the
with
box
me,
score for that
man?
long rushing touchdown, but it was the big
I will.
guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. To it, it begins with first down.
Ready, go. Set.
To throw, Young. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. Here's Young. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Sauce Gardner, as good as they come. There to knock that one away.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start.
Ready, break. Set, hut. Ready.
Back to throw, Young. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long.
Here we go. Ready.
Now Young. Going up top. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half. Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
So we have a 10-point game here at halftime. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, For the coaches, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green.
And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the third quarter. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently second in the NFL in rushing. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Pre-snap, the quarterback loved that man matchup on his tight end, and a crossing route is a great man coverage beater. He's able to run away from the coverage, run to the far side of the field to a bunch of open grass. Ball's on target. Nice pickup.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Joe Tryon Shoyinka maneuvering in there to bring his man down. On comes the punt team now for the Jets. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
Here's Young. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page. I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback, and don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant, and this defense knows they gave him one, and they let him off the hook.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. On now is the punt team for the Panthers. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Jets offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the run, here's Hall. Oh, the ball's out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll look to throw. He's got his receiver. It's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Once again, it's Pacheco. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
He'll try to run for it. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down. Mike, I think the way we've seen the NFL going these past couple years is I think all these quarterbacks, they love when the call comes in for the sideline for quarterback sneak. Hey, coach, put the game on my shoulders. With this offensive line, I'm going to pick up this 1st down, and that's exactly what they did.
Ready. Go. Set.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 2nd down, Young. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Down. Drill. 52. Ready?
They'll go play action with Young. A dive and a catch. Incredible. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Pacheco. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. From the gun, it's Young. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late.
Here we go.
We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Here's Pacheco. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Carolina. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Panthers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jets offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And we'll give you a look at some of the highlights. He's had a number of them over that magic mark, over 100 yards on the ground, including a rushing touchdown. He has been a handful for the defense right throughout.